All right, guys, today we're going to be working on our essays that we're writing from the book that we just finished, Kill a Mockingbird. We've already kind of started working on our introduction paragraphs. The next step for us to do to complete the introduction paragraph is our thesis statements. So just to review a little bit what those are, they're basically the most important part of your writing because they preview what it is that the reader is going to be reading as it comes up. Or as you write, I should say, not as it comes up. Especially, it's mostly for academic writing when you're writing expository or persuasive pieces. Just to review, so we all know we're on the same page, a thesis statement is a sentence in the introductory paragraph, obviously. It's usually at the end. Sometimes you can write them where they're in different places, but usually they come more towards the end of the paragraph. And it basically previews the main idea and gives the reader an idea of what it is the rest of the paper will be about. An easy way to remember how to construct your thesis statement is by using kind of a simple little math formula that when I first saw it a couple years ago, made a lot of sense. So if I kind of hold this up, I don't have a whiteboard or any paper. I'm out of town today, so you're getting some pretty cheesy looking visual aids. But if I hold this up, a little mathematical formula, an easy way to look at it. Now that I see it, it might be backwards to the viewer, but it wouldn't be on the whiteboard. Anyways, you take your claim, which is basically like an answer to whatever it is you're trying to prove, and then you add in some reasons or how you're going to support your claim or answer, and then you end up with a thesis statement at the end. That's not going to work. It's reverse, sorry. Anyways, as I mentioned earlier, the book that we read was To Kill a Mockingbird. And the essay prompt that we have for this is, was Atticus the right person to defend Tom Robinson? So we have already done some previous work, looked at some of the evidence that we collected as we read the book on our anchor charts, and we narrowed them down to a couple reasons and put them into themes on why Atticus could be the best person to defend Tom. And most of you looking at the evidence had to decide whether or not you thought he was or wasn't. Most of us has picked that he was the best person. I narrowed down from our list that we already made the reasons why Atticus should or would be the best person to defend Tom. The first reason is he always follows the golden rule. He's not racist, and he does what is right, if you guys can see that. So I'm going to only pick two of those three reasons to create my thesis statement. I'm going to pick that Atticus always follows the golden rule, and he does what's right. So to do that, I need to have a claim first. So the first thing I need to do is write down my claim. My claim would be that Atticus is the best person to defend Tom. Followed by my reasons. An easy way to kind of transition from the claim into the reasons, I just use the word because. As you get a little bit more confident in your writing, a little bit more developed, there's better ways of doing it, but we'll start here as our starting block, knowing that as we grow, we'll look at a little bit more complex way of doing it. But for now, we're just going to start with because, and then I'm going to add in my two reasons, which are Atticus always follows the golden rule and does what is right. And if I remember right, for that last reason, we talked about for his clients. So I'll add that for his clients. So I'll hold up my thesis statement here. Hopefully this shows up on the video okay. Atticus is the best person to defend Tom because Atticus always follows the golden rule and does what's right for his clients. If we kind of remember our previous formula of claim plus reasons equals thesis statement, we can kind of break it down and highlight it. Our claim is, and I don't have anything other than black right now, but Atticus is the best person to defend Tom. So this first underlined part is our claim, and then we use the because, kind of acts like the plus symbol in our mathematic model there, and then we add our two reasons. So our first reason is Atticus always follows the golden rule, and then our second reason is that he does what's right for his clients. So if we look at this, again, I kind of labeled reason number 1 and reason number 2. When we get into writing the body paragraphs, which is obviously next, the reasons will become the topic of your body paragraphs. So that's kind of how the thesis statement works as an outline. All right, so now that I have had a chance to model for you how to write a thesis statement, it's your turn. So everybody has already pretty much has an answer to their claim. They've already decided that yes, Atticus is or Atticus isn't based on the work that we've already done. We just need to write that into a sentence, and then after we do that, we'll get into adding the reasons onto it, and then we'll go through, have you share with a few classmates with what you have, and then we'll move forward from there.